Hello and welcome to Never Seen It, a podcast about movies that we haven't seen yet. My name is Trent. I'm here at this table with my wife, Betsy.
That's me.
Today we're going to watch a new one.
Yes.
In the theater.
A long delayed.
An oft-delayed movie. No Time to Die. It's the latest James Bond.
At last.
And it's the last one with Daniel Craig.
Yes, it is.
So we recently watched his most recent one before this one. Spectre. And we waxed eloquently about that and all of the other ones that he has done. Or ineloquently, if you want to be a jerk about it. But yeah, we're going to watch No Time to Die today. Mm-hmm. And again, we mentioned it. This movie has been delayed many, many times. It was supposed to come out more than a year ago.
Yeah, I think it was supposed to come out maybe like summer last year.
Yeah.
Or like last fall, but then got pushed to this spring and then got pushed back farther to this fall.
Right.
It got delayed at least twice.
Right. And if you know the thing on Twitter about every Friday somebody posts the Daniel Craig introducing The Weeknd on SNL, that appearance was supposed to be around the premiere, I think.
Yeah, that was in promotion of the new James Bond film,
and they're
which
not
was
gonna,
soon to be released.
Yeah, and they're not going to kick off, Daniel Craig if they got him for SNL. Mm-hmm. So here's a trailer. We're not going to say go and see it this weekend because, hey, it's not going to be out. Yeah,
they're doing SNL making fun of the weird new COVID restrictions, and then everything shut down and they didn't have an in-house appearance for 6 months.
That was the last one, yeah.
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 So this has been pushed a few times, but we're finally here. This is the last Daniel Craig Bond. Yeah. We'll talk about the future of Bond, I think, at the end of this episode. Yep. But for now, we just haven't watched it yet. We put it off for a couple of weeks. Yeah. And now is the time.
Yeah, it's been out for about a month now. So
we don't want it to be like another Spectre where we wait 4 years.
Yeah. So Betsy, what do you know about No Time to Die?
Precious little, weirdly enough, for a movie that's been talked about for almost 2 years, plus from the development phase to the delays to being out for a couple of months now.
They weren't even sure this was going to come out or be made.
Right. Yeah. Because it was planned that Spectre was going to be Daniel Craig's last movie.
Yeah.
So my feeling is, based on the end of the last one, he kind of rode off into the sunset to some extent.
Yeah.
But the movie wasn't well received, so they're like, okay, well, we can't leave it like that.
We can't go out like that.
So let's bring him back one more time. So I have a feeling it's going to pick up maybe soon after, not like a great time after the events of Spectre. He's still with the girl. Yeah. So she's in this one. So they're kind of living happily ever after. And he probably gets pulled in for one more mission. Because I know Christoph Waltz is also in this. So he has to, consult with him to get the new bad guy, who is Rami Malek.
Right.
But I don't know his objective. I don't know why he's a bad guy. I don't know why we're after him. And I don't know why I care.
Yeah, and I don't know if Rami Malek is doing yet another reappearance of a bad guy, because Christoph Waltz was Blofeld, who had shown up in a previous Bond movie.
So it makes sense he might be.
Yeah.
But I know Rami Malek was very cautious about taking on this role because he didn't want to continue the stereotype of vaguely Middle Eastern villains.
Sure.
Because he's Egyptian, if I'm not mistaken. And he approached it very delicately and made sure that this was a really good role before he agreed to do it. Sure. He didn't want to play a stereotype.
Dude just won an Oscar. You don't want to be that guy.
He doesn't need to be this character. He doesn't have to do this. Yeah. But he agreed, so my guess is he's probably a pretty good villain. Yeah. Which we haven't really seen from Rami Malek yet. He hasn't tread those waters.
We've only seen him do a few things. Like we watched, I think, the first season of Mr. Robot, which was really good. I enjoyed that quite a bit. We saw him in Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yep. And lest we forget, he was in Night at the Museum.
Oh, I've never seen that.
Oh, Trent, no! It's fun. It's enjoyable.
Fine.
It's a Disney movie. Who the hell cares? Yeah. But yeah, as far as other things, I know Billie Eilish did the song, so she's got the theme. She already won a Grammy for it a year ago because the way that the release schedule happened. They put the song out before they put out the movie, not realizing the movie would be delayed.
The single usually gets released before the movie to get up hype for the movie.
Yep.
But then the movie got delayed. But the single was still hanging out there, and the soundtrack wasn't even out yet at the time.
Right. So I think there's this technicality where she was eligible for a Grammy last year, but she wouldn't be eligible for an Oscar until this year.
'Cause the movie hadn't been out yet.
So the last two Bond film theme songs have been nominated for Oscars, and everybody loves friggin' Billie Eilish, so I have to assume she'll be on the short list at least.
Probably.
For the upcoming Academy Awards.
Depends on what else comes out for the Oscars.
The song category is tight, though. It used to be a major category back in like the 50s and 60s and before.
Sure.
The song was a huge category.
Of course.
Now it's kind of... This is also still here.
Back when movies actually had a big component of music in it. Now it's just all score.
Yes, exactly. As far as the content, though, I don't really know anything else. Do you have anything else to add that you've heard about this?
I know the movie's pretty long.
Yes.
It's almost 3 hours.
This is not for the faint of heart.
Yeah. And I think, like, Skyfall was pretty long. I don't think Spectre was that long. I think it was just over 2 hours.
Yeah.
But yeah, Skyfall was pretty long. And I understand that, like, the first couple of acts are really, really good, just from what I've heard. First couple of acts are really good. The action is amazing, which, hey, James Bond movies usually have really good action. The last one I didn't like, but as much.
I think this one is, in the very least, going to be better than Spectre.
Yeah.
Because they learned from their missteps.
By most accounts, this movie is better than Spectre. So... Yeah, Betsy, let's go to the theater and go watch No Time to Die.
On the big screen!
The biggest screen. We will be right back. We are back. So, Betsy, No Time to Die.
No Time to Die. James Bond. Daniel Craig.
Yeah. Hey, guys, if it wasn't clear from, the past episodes that we've done and the description of the episode.
And the whole point of this podcast.
The whole point of the podcast, there's going to be spoilers galore.
Yeah.
So, if you haven't watched the movie, stop listening.
Go away.
Go watch the movie. And come back.
Yeah.
So, Betsy.
Yeah.
What'd you think?
I think this was a really strong finish.
Yeah.
I think there were some parts where I got a little confused about people's motivations, but they made some ballsy moves that I appreciated.
Yeah, I think it is very much a culmination of Daniel Craig's full Bond tenure.
Yeah, so I think this has been a really interesting time frame for the James Bond franchise, simply because up to this point, they really have not had continuity.
Yeah.
Everything is a standalone adventure. What happened in the last episode doesn't matter.
Yep.
It's like it never happened.
Yep.
They really don't revisit anything. And with Daniel Craig, they started at the beginning, and there are characters from Casino Royale that are in this movie. There are characters from Quantum that were in Spectre.
Yeah.
There are characters from Spectre that are in this one. The damn dog statue that has showed up in like every movie showed up in this movie. And I think that maybe showed up in Skyfall first, but I can't remember.
It was.
Or it became significant at least during Skyfall.
Yeah, because he inherited it from Judi Dench's character.
Yes. So there's been a lot of continuity, which is a different take. And this is also very much closure, which begs a lot of questions about where do we go from here.
It also kind of answers some questions that Bond fans have had for a long, long time. Being the 007 moniker has been assigned to many people.
Yes. So I have two fan theories that I have heard about this that I actually find intriguing. This is in no way canon. This is straight fan theory. And before this movie, I would have actually given more credence to it, but this is the first time they've brought it up.
Yeah.
So one of the theories is when you become 007, you don't just take on the number, you take on the identity, which is why it's different people and they're always identified as James Bond. It also would identify them around the world as this kind of, Dread Pirate Roberts type, where it's more the myth of the man than anything.
And they bring that up here and there.
They do.
Especially in this one, where it's a bunch of the newbies that have heard legend of the James Bond.
Right. That's the James Bond that you know. That doesn't necessarily always mean that is James Bond.
Right.
Now, I didn't expect in this movie that they would have reassigned 007 to be somebody else. So there are actually 2 007s in this movie.
Because James went off and retired. They lost track of him. He went very much off the grid.
Yep.
And they just assumed, well, he was just gone, dead, doesn't matter. He's done. He's never going to come back.
He's not coming back.
So guess what? We're going to reassign it to someone else.
Yes, but she has her own identity. She's a different person. She is not James Bond. Though, I would have loved it if she was, because that would have just solidified this thing. No, just James.
I know.
Just call her James Bond. Yeah. I would have loved that. Now, this is, of course, the first time that they have said, oh, this person is 007, which kind of throws some holes in that fan theory.
Yeah. I think there's some credence to that, because when you look at the continuity, the only continuity you get in the Bond movies are the other members of MI6.
Yes.
You get M, you get Q.
Yes.
Who repeat their roles.
And sometimes it's the same M. So yeah, Judi Dench
Judi Dench was in the Pierce Brosnan ones, starting off with him.
Yes.
The Q from the original his
Bond
stuff.
Yeah.
Also was in the previous ones.
Yep. Q made it through like 4 Bonds.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
until the man died.
And of course, they all just act like it's totally normal because this is James Bond.
Exactly.
So it's an interesting theory and one that I appreciate.
Yeah.
And it would make sense then that the next 007 is also called James Bond, and why nobody talks about the previous one and nobody thinks this is a weird thing.
And again, at the very end of the movie, when they're all coming together to have a toast, he says at the very end, okay, well, let's get back to work.
Yep.
007, come on. Here's your next assignment.
Yeah. So there's one other theory.
Okay.
Time Lord. This one I give less credence to, but you understand, it's the same person.
I'm walking off this show.
Different iterations. For you Doctor Who fans out there, tell me I'm wrong.
You're wrong.
You're not a Doctor Who fan, you don't count. Sorry, I had to throw that in there because why not? But yeah, we obviously bring these things all up because we knew this was going to be the last Daniel Craig movie.
Everybody knew this.
What I am fascinated by is that I had not heard any spoilers about this.
No.
Because, once again, ladies and gentlemen, there's a big spoiler. He dies!
Yeah, he did.
Not like, at the beginning of Skyfall where he's presumed dead. Like, there is no escape for him. They've set it up in such a way that his life would be miserable were he to live. The circumstances are such that he cannot escape his fate.
Yeah.
And he's dead. So James Bond is dead. Which they have never done for real in the James Bond franchise.
Like you said, very ballsy moves.
That was a ballsy way to end it. And I'm frankly, I was sitting there watching this how are we going to ride him off into the sunset? And there was a certain point in the movie where it was like, oh shit, are they going to kill James Bond? And then it became increasingly clear that was where it was going. I think you could see it coming a little bit.
Yeah.
But you always think, but he's going to get out of it.
They laid their breadcrumbs.
Yep.
They mentioned that you couldn't get the nanomachines out of you. They mentioned, Rami Malek's character name. It doesn't matter.
Weird name. Who cares?
It doesn't matter. Rami Malek brought up the fact that I have your life in my hands. I have your DNA in my hands. Which
they kind of gloss over it.
Right.
He just calls it an insurance policy, basically.
Yeah. They lay the breadcrumbs to that eventual result. That, I got you. You are infected. And if you miraculously can get off the island, save yourself, and get out of here, and still blow everything up.
What's left for you?
What is left for you? I want to see you alone.
Yes.
And he would be. But at that point, James Bond has tied up all the loose ends.
Yeah.
All of them. This guy, Rami Malek's character, is only a bad guy because of the Spectre organization.
Right.
And
in this movie, they're basically leveling the entire field.
Yeah.
So
there is nobody left.
No.
All of Spectre is dead.
Yeah.
Including the main dude.
He finds a way to take out every single Spectre agent at once, except for Blofeld from the last movie.
Right.
And he even finds a way to do that.
Yep.
So that organization is gone. They're not there to torment James or anybody else.
Yep.
Rami Malek, really, I'm still a little confused. Like, is he after global domination, or is he just out for his own singular revenge?
That is the one thing that I would say was bad about this movie.
Yeah.
It was his motivations to spread this shit around the world.
Right. So I understood it from the beginning. So basically, we got a scene at the beginning, very beginning of the movie, where it's Léa Seydoux, Madeline's character, as a young woman, a young girl.
Yeah, we get more of her backstory.
Yeah, we get some of her backstory, which is basically her dad, who we already established in the last movie, was a part of Spectre. He went around and killed people, and apparently he killed Rami Malek's entire family.
And he survived.
Yeah. So he finds her and her mother and takes his revenge. He's there to kill her father, but he's not there, so he instead kills her mother and tries to kill her.
But doesn't.
But he doesn't. He actually, he saves her life, ultimately. He could have let her die, but he saves her life.
Yeah.
So we understand, okay, he is upset. His motivation is Spectre. And he takes out Spectre. But then it goes a little off the rails, and I don't understand it. So they have this biochemical weapon. And that
was developed by MI6. M was behind it because they were going to try to take out Spectre.
Yes. And he does it for them.
Yeah.
But then he is like making huge batches of it, and he's targeting like millions of people on the planet.
Like, yeah, they explain it like we could target this DNA sequence to take out one ethnic group.
Like entire races could be wiped off the planet.
Right.
Entire family groups could be taken out.
Right. And because basically everybody is connected somehow, throughout history, everybody's somebody's cousin at some point.
Yeah.
And they kind of let it go a little bit ethereal, and like they were just showing a simulation of like 1 million people getting killed by this thing just based on the connections that it comes across, and a global pandemic. We know something about that, but this is all based on your DNA.
Yeah.
So again, I don't know why he was doing this.
Unless he's just so messed up, he just wants to be alone because he was already alone, so everyone else needs to be alone too. Like, that literally feels like what it boils down to at a certain point.
Yeah,
like,
that part of it sucked.
Yeah, and of course he doesn't even show up for a really long time. So he's at the beginning,
much
but
like Blofeld didn't show up until more than halfway through the last movie.
So he's in the first scene, but he's got a mask on. You don't actually see his face. You see the bottom half of his face for a couple of minutes, maybe.
Yeah.
And then he is gone for the next hour plus.
Yep.
And then he's really only got a couple scenes at the end where he is, just quiet and menacing and threatening people and children and
being
creepy. Yeah.
Being creepy, yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't blink much in this movie.
No.
That was one thing I observed.
A lot of eyes in this movie.
So yeah, that was the only thing that I really was struggling with. And maybe if I watch it again and I can listen, because there's kind of these long diatribes where he's like giving him a speech. And I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't care about you, dude. Just, I don't care.
So that's where I got a little bit off kilter. The rest of the movie I felt like was actually really strong.
Yeah,
because,
I got the rest of it.
Yeah, Rami Malek wanting revenge on Spectre,
sure,
independent of James Bond. He's basically saving James's life from time to time. And he's giving instructions to save his life from time to time.
Yeah.
And that makes him an interesting character. But then by the end, when he really reveals his true self, I'm like, I don't understand you.
Yeah.
I've lost it. I've lost the narrative.
And he's really using, James Bond and MI6 for his own gains.
Yeah.
For his own ends. And by the end of it, okay, he's accomplished his main goal of killing off Spectre. But then you have this poison factory.
Yeah.
Off the coast of Japan and China.
This disputed island called the Poison Islands or whatever.
And he tells his story about, my dad had a garden and he would tell me about the plants and this one will kill you if you eat it and blah blah blah. And it's none of that was earned. None of that really made sense to me.
And then
I got more information out of Blofeld and out of the dude from Skyfall. Those villains were more fleshed out. I understood where they were coming from. This guy, I got one, but not the overall.
Right, and then he's weirdly in love with Madeline, I guess.
Yeah.
And I don't really understand why.
No.
Because there's one sequence where he kind of explains to her I looked into your eyes and you needed me.
Sure.
And maybe that's it. It's not so much that he actually loves her. He just perceives it as love because he is so lacking of love in the rest of his life that one person needing him is enough for him to go a little nuts.
But he also said something to the effect of, you know what it means to be alone. You know what it means to lose everything because your family was taken from you and blah, blah, blah. And my family was taken from me. And
we're the same.
Sure. Fine. But that's not enough to poison millions of people.
Yeah. That's where it's just, I lost the thread. I didn't understand it. And then it was okay, and now you're dead too. I don't care.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
And we're all talking about this like it's a bad movie. It's not a bad movie. I like this movie.
Yes.
Overall, it's just that one piece of it.
There's this little chunk in the middle or near the end.
It's the one piece of it that didn't all come together for me because I think we said in the last episode where we watched Spectre that we were going to go maybe and rewatch or revisit, Casino Royale.
Yeah, we didn't do that.
Quantum of Solace. We didn't do that. I got enough from Spectre to be set up for this one, and I think I didn't really miss anything except for when he goes to that woman's grave in Italy.
Yes, Vesper.
I asked, is that the woman from the first movie? Yes, it was.
Yes.
So that's it. That's it. I mean, I didn't really miss out on anything else except for his motivations.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and there's a little bit... There's a couple of gaps in information. So, Blofeld has been put away. He's in prison at the end of the first one. He's in this high security place.
Yep.
And he spends all his time muttering to himself in his cell. But what we find out is he's actually somehow communicating with the outside world. He's still in charge of Spectre.
Yeah.
And he's out there using a mechanical eye that is also a camera, and he can see what's going on. How is he doing that? Who is helping him? How is he managing to do that from inside a prison?
Yeah, how did he get the eye?
How is that happening?
Which we don't actually see him with the eye.
No.
He's just in prison.
Somebody is helping him from the inside, but they don't explain who or how.
No.
So that's another kind of loose end where it's just okay, you're not going to give me that info? Okay. Yeah. All right. Thanks.
It was a long movie.
It was. And frankly, it almost felt like Christoph Waltz was going to be in it longer than Rami Malek until right at the end.
Yeah. I mean, he's only showing up in 2 different scenes. Mm-hmm. It's him in the prison. It's him on video in the prison.
Yep.
And
his voice.
And his voice at his birthday party.
Yes. Yeah, and Ana de Armas, we didn't bring her up in the intro. She's in this movie. I thought she was going to have this huge role.
Me too.
Also only has one scene.
One scene. It was a great scene.
She's awesome.
She's awesome.
She brings some levity. She's a brand new agent. She's like, I've had 3 weeks of training. And she's very excited. She's very ready to help out. And
very capable, too.
Very capable. But that's the only sequence she's in.
Yeah.
She gets to be a Bond girl for 5 minutes.
Sure.
And that's it.
It was a good 5 minutes.
Yes. And then we get to meet a couple of other people who are a little bit more significant to the plot. So there's another agent who shows up. I can't remember his name, Shaw or somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's like with Felix, who is Jeffrey Wright, who we met in Casino Royale. So basically
That's right.
Oh, you didn't remember that?
I don't remember a lot of Casino Royale.
So yeah, he showed up in the very first one, and of course he's gone on to be in a lot of other projects like Westworld and things like that.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, the first thing I recognize him from is Casino Royale.
Okay.
So Felix is a CIA agent who has continued to be in touch and is friends and basically brothers with James Bond.
Sure.
And he's not shown up in any of these other movies until now, but they basically give you the implication that they've worked on other missions and projects together. And there's this other rando agent with Felix. Ash, thank you.
Yeah.
And he is another actor I've seen in something completely I can't spot him.
He's in The Big Short.
Is that what he's in?
One of the bros who is like the mortgage agents in Florida who are like going to strip clubs and buying up yachts and shit.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, that's certainly one of the things. I feel like I've seen him in other stuff too.
He's only in a couple of scenes in that one, but he is very much a bro.
He was kind of a bro in this too.
Yeah. He's got that kind of a look.
Yeah. So he shows up and he's hanging out with Felix, and then he ends up, betraying everybody, and then,
and he was working for Rami Malek.
Yeah. So, he goes out in a blaze of glory, but again, he's not in it for very long.
Yeah.
He's kind of integral in the middle and then disappears because he stops being important. And then, of course, we get the actress who is playing the new 007.
Yeah.
And you pointed out she was in Captain Marvel. She's her friend. Was it Rambo?
Rambo, yeah.
Rambo. And that's, I think, the only thing I've seen her in. But I don't know if I knew she was British or if she's just doing a British accent here. But my assumption is she's actually British.
Usually.
Usually in this movie,
people just use their accents in these movies.
Right. Most of the people in this movie I have seen play Americans, but they're all actually British. So that's my assumption with her.
Sure.
And she was cool.
Yeah.
I actually really liked her. And I'm like, is she just going to be the 007? Are we going to get to see more of her?
We'll get to that at the end.
So we get introduced to a couple of new characters.
Moneypenny's back. Hugh's back.
Yep.
Emma's back.
That other guy who hangs out with Em, I don't really know his deal. Tanner. He shows up. But otherwise...
He's Mr. Exposition.
Mr. Exposition.
He shows up and moves the plot along.
Important details!
Yeah, he's the one that moves the plot along.
Speaking of moving the plot along, so the plot of this movie, basically, we start with that flashback.
Yeah.
With the little girl.
We got Madeline. As a child playing with her Tamagotchi.
Yep.
In the middle of a snowy cabin in the middle of France?
They said it was like Norway or something. Like there's a shot of a map and it says Norway.
Somewhere in Scandinavia.
Somewhere they speak French, I guess? Question mark.
Yeah, I guess.
There's parts of there there's parts of those countries that speak French.
There's parts of those countries that speak like 5 languages.
That is true.
So it's called Europe.
It's true. And they all speak more languages than us because we're stupid Americans.
And they all have Tamagotchis.
This is true. So, yeah, she goes through this thing where Rami Malek chases her onto a frozen pond. She falls through the ice, and she is gonna die.
Yeah.
And he shoots the ice and he rescues her instead of letting her die, which was kind of his intent.
Yep.
And that sets up their motivations for the rest of this stuff.
And then it's revealed that, it's the girl from Spectre.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And she and James are happily off living life in Italy somewhere.
They're on an Italian vacation.
Yep.
Just kind of living their lives, doing whatever off the grid.
Driving the car he stole at the end of Spectre.
Very quickly, very, very, very fast.
If you recall the end of the movie. She basically tells him, you need closure. And the only way to do that is to visit Vesper's grave because he has been holding on to what little bit of that relationship he's got for years.
He continues to blame himself for her death.
Mm-hmm. And so he visits her grave, and while there, he finds a little card that has the Spectre logo, and a bomb goes off.
Everything goes boom.
Everything goes boom.
And at this point, I really like when movies do this. When the character who's involved in whatever explosion it is, you get their muffled hearing.
The disorientation.
That's what happens when you're around a very loud thing that goes off.
Of course, the only unrealistic thing about that is how quickly it goes back to it, because for him it would be going for some time.
I guess.
But they actually, this begins, the opening sequence, the opening chase, the opening action sequence.
You've seen most of these scenes in the trailers.
Yes.
Of him on the bike.
On the bridge.
On the bridge and him in the car.
Yeah, and the thing about him not being able to hear actually carries on. He's kind of stumbling across the bridge.
Yeah.
And he gets shot in the arm, and he kind of doesn't even hear it coming. He sort of reacts and turns around like, what's happening? Oh, a car. They were chasing me and shooting me. And this action sequence was cool. Yeah. I liked this one a lot. So the car, like, he's like hiding behind a rock, and the car sort of drives over him.
A lot of car stunts.
And then he can't escape. There's a guy on a motorcycle, so he grabs a wire and flings himself off of the bridge. Several times in this movie was going, ah! I could feel my body going, oh no.
That was good. It was good.
It was very good. And so they have this huge chase scene. We're introduced to this guy who has a bionic eye, which comes up later in the movie. I did wonder, I was like, is that a fake eye? It looked really weird, and then it popped out of his head and was mechanical. I was like, oh yeah, there you go.
Which, in other Bond movies, there are character traits like that. Yeah. You got fucking Jaws.
Yep.
Like, I like Bond when there's weird shit in it. Like this.
Yes.
But I just figured maybe this guy is the only one with that. But no, it turned into like everybody's got a fake eye. Or at least a couple of people. Blofeld had one.
Well, he wasn't wearing a fake eye. He just had, it's basically in my brain, it was the same one? I don't know. I was trying to figure that part out.
I don't know.
But it's a piece of equipment they use, and there's a bunch of fake eyes, and they're like holding it on a pillow and showing the world.
Right, and what I figured was the fake eye on the pillow was mimicking what Blofeld had access to. Again, we didn't see Blofeld in the prison, except for one little scene.
He was clearly watching a screen that had access to this eye that was acting as a camera showing what was going on.
Or he had his own eye in prison. And they didn't know that it was a fake eye.
I would have to go back and look at this again. So they actually show him. They show me what he's doing.
Yeah, there's
security live
footage.
Feed from the prison. And I wonder if he had two eyes
that's
there.
What I'm saying.
I think maybe I missed it. Oh.
That's what I'm saying.
That would make a lot more sense. That would make a lot more sense and answer a lot of questions that I currently have.
All right.
So maybe next time I watch this, it will all become clearer.
That's what I think anyway.
Gotcha.
I don't think they show it, but when M was talking, like, I need you to check that out, check his body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Scan him. Mm-hmm. Got it. Now I'm with you.
Yeah.
So yeah, we have this opening chase sequence. He gets back to the hotel and finds his girl and thinks she betrayed him.
Right.
Because
who else would know?
Well, and Blofeld, like, one of his goons says, Blofeld sends his regards or something.
Sure.
And she is a child of Spectre.
Right, that's what the dude with the eye.
Yeah, planting all the seeds of doubt. Yeah. And James throws her in the car and is like, you have secrets and you need to tell me. And she's like, no, I didn't do anything. I don't know what's happening. What are you talking about?
And she really didn't.
But we don't know that until later. Mm-hmm. And he basically says, I can't trust you anymore. Puts her on a train and says, you won't ever see me again.
Yep.
The end.
We're done.
And then we get the title sequence.
Which was
Billie
awesome.
Eilish.
Awesome. Very haunting song.
That was cool.
Yeah.
That was a cool sequence. There's a lot of sands of time and clocks and
DNA sequences.
DNA sequences made of guns.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like how they use like the double meaning kind of interpretations in these title sequences. It used to just be, like girls dancing.
Yeah, it used to be naked ladies with guns.
And you still get a little of that. You get some body parts with like not even roses. They had like thorns and flowers kind of growing on them, which is alluding to the plants later. They had the tridents, which is kind of his symbol later. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was a cool opening sequence. I liked that one.
Yeah. Him fucking spinning Brody's in his car with his mini guns out of his lights.
Yes.
That was awesome. Oh, man.
And then we find out it's 5 years later. So 5 years has passed since he has seen his girlfriend. And this is kind of where we get into the meat and potatoes. There's like a scientist who is working with M at this secret lab developing Heracles, which is a bioweapon meant for singular assassination. Basically, the intent that M had was, we can use the DNA of the certain person we are trying to take out.
Get near them.
And it's very clean.
Yep.
And there's no collateral damage.
You're never going to miss your shot.
Yep. But instead, apparently... So is this... Blofeld actually is the one who breaks in, because it's his people.
Yep.
So Spectre takes the weapon,
yep.
but he's already, the guy who's the scientist is helping Rami Malek, so they already have some kind of connection.
Right.
And they take, like, missing data, because he's, like, uploading crap on a file drive and then swallowing it.
Sure.
But the weapon gets out. Mm-hmm. Now it's out in the world and they have to track it down. So that's the plot of the movie, is there's a bioweapon, M fucked up.
Right, and Blofeld wants to kill Bond with it.
Yes.
Because he's got his DNA. And when they show up at the party later, they're going to spray a bunch of stuff into the room and have Bond die. But in reality, that scientist changed the DNA sequence to program that particular
all of the
stuff.
Spectre people.
Yeah. He reprogrammed it to kill all the Spectre people in the room.
Yeah.
And everybody died. Horribly.
Yes. Lots of face-melting shit.
Yeah.
And then, you know, as they kind of talk about it more, they say even anybody with the same DNA, so, you know, children and relatives, other family members, at the funeral for one of these Spectre people, they, like, kissed the body. Mm-hmm. And the nanobots, the nanotech, is still in there and kills all of them.
Yeah.
So this is some potent shit that we are dealing with. It is completely harmless unless you are related to the individual who has been exposed.
Yep.
You can live your life happily otherwise.
Yep.
Because that's the technology we've developed.
Yep.
So, while not the most outrageous thing they've probably ever done in a Bond movie, certainly pressing the limits.
Oh, Betsy, I'm going to have a little bit of a rant later, but let's just continue.
All right. So Bond has again been retired. He's living off the grid. I assumed this was Jamaica because everybody around them was playing reggae and speaking in Jamaican accents.
Fine.
They never really identified it.
They don't.
But Bond is there. And Felix, his CIA buddy, shows up and says, we've got a lead. They're all going to be in Cuba.
Yeah.
All of the Spectre agents are gathering. Mm-hmm. Come with me.
You.
We need you. You're going to take it out. I know you want a piece of the action.
Right. Because he knows that, Spectre fucked him up.
Yeah. And we meet the other 007 at this moment. And she's like, stay the fuck out of my way.
Yep.
I'm a boss bitch. This is my mission.
What? Right. And she's working for MI6.
Yes.
And
you are not an MI6 agent.
The other guy's working for the CIA. Mm-hmm. And there's this new guy, Ash, who smiles too much.
Yep. Rival agencies who all want the same thing, but they all want to get there first.
And Bond laments all that and says, you know what? You guys should just work together.
Yep.
It's like, you don't need me. Just work together. Mm-hmm. You don't need credit. Just take him down.
But he gets involved anyway.
Yeah. He says, I'm in.
I'm in. They go to Cuba. Everybody dies. He gets the scientist, gets him on a boat with Felix, at which point we realize that Ash is a piece of shit who betrays everybody.
Yep.
He shoots Felix. Mm-hmm. He locks Felix and Bond in the basement of the boat. The basement of the boat.
I think that was more like an oil rig type of a thing.
I don't really know. It was a
big
big ship.
Yeah, something.
A fishing vessel or something.
I don't know what the hell it was.
But Ash takes the scientist and leaves. He blows up the boat. Felix dies and the boat sinks.
Yep.
But Bond survives.
Bond gets out and is sitting on a dinghy.
Sitting on a dinghy.
whereby somebody in a big ass container boat
Someone
comes by and
him.
Picks him up.
You know, out in the middle of the ocean, out off the coast of Cuba.
Uh-huh.
Somebody's just gonna find him so easily the first day.
He gets lucky a lot.
He does. I thought maybe he'd at least have like a tracking chip or something. No. no, he's not working for anybody. This is just a dude now. He's not an agent presently. And you're right, he gets lucky and somebody comes and rescues him.
Yeah.
So he goes back to the UK and he tells everybody what he knows. They try to figure out what the fuck's going on.
Yeah.
They kick down Q's door and demand he help them.
That was a nice scene because if y'all don't know, the dude who plays Q, he is gay.
Yes.
And he's very open about this. And it is revealed in the course of that scene where...
Just a phrase.
It's just one line that reveals this. It's, I'm having someone over. I can't let him see what's going on here.
Yeah.
He's going to be here in 20 minutes. He's having a dinner date at home.
Yes, with a gentleman caller.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just a single line.
Yeah.
And they just kind of throw it in there casually.
Uh-huh.
But it's a nice little character touch.
Sure.
Because up to this point, Q
You don't know anything about Q.
No, Q is just this little nerd who lives in his office. He is a hairless cat and he likes boys.
Yeah.
And he likes to cook.
Sure.
That's more than we've ever learned about Q in 60 years.
Right.
In that one sequence. Yeah. And of course, Bond being an asshole always makes, those come with hair now.
Yeah, he just comes in and like judges his wine and picks up the wine bottle and it's like, and Q eventually just says, okay, yeah, I knew it wasn't going to be a 9-to-5 job. So, all right, let's get it over with so you get the fuck out of here.
Yep. So they all kind of figure out what's actually going on, that they've got this biochemical weapon that is going to kill millions potentially.
Yeah, and Bond grabbed the USB stick from the Russian scientist and plugs it in, and they find out all of these other DNA sequences that they have that they could target.
Yes. From many governments, many countries, many groups. Including them.
Yeah. Which, again, is sort of like what happened in Skyfall. Because in Skyfall, the bad guy in that was going after other 00 agents, other MI6 agents.
Yes.
That's the whole thing about that story.
Yeah, this is just more whoever I feel like at that moment. That's who my target is.
Right. And this kind of goes back to what we talked about in Skyfall, where the 00 program is an ancient thing. They've been trying to shut it down forever. Even in Spectre, they shut down the 00 program. And it's back to this idea that, agents are a relic, Bond is a relic.
We don't need
James Bond anymore.
In the modern world, he doesn't need to be here.
And in reality, what's happening is he's introduced to all these newbies. Like Ana de Armas is like on 3 weeks training and she's kicking ass.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, good job. Hope to see you again someday.
And then Ash, the bro boy,
right,
who smiles too much and takes things far too seriously.
Right.
Yeah, that's the new breed. That's the new brand of people.
All this new stuff is surrounding him, and he's just obsolete. So it's that kind of theme being reintroduced into this movie.
And that's, again, a theme of the whole series. With Daniel Craig.
It is.
They bring it up repeatedly.
It is.
You are an old man and you don't need to be in this game anymore.
Well, even in GoldenEye.
A relic of the Cold War.
Judi Dench says you are a relic of the Cold War.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's been something for like 30 years that they've been talking about as far as it relates to James Bond, the character. And it's like they are aware of it, but they don't give a fuck. We're going to keep finding ways to make movies.
No, James Bond is cool, goddammit.
He is cool. He looks goddamn good in a tuxedo.
Yes, he does. Dude can rock a silver suit like a motherfucker.
And a tan suit. What the hell?
Yeah.
Who looks good in a tan suit?
Barack Obama.
Maybe now. He can get away with it now.
It's true.
Not 8 years ago.
No.
So they point out that there's this major plot, and we need to find out what Blofeld knows, and he only talks to one person, and that's his psychiatrist. And if you remember, Madeline is a psychiatrist, a psychotherapist or something.
And after Bond puts her on the train and says goodbye, she goes and starts up her own practice.
And she's working with MI6.
She's a good, asset, they call her.
Yep.
They bring her in to talk to Blofeld because she's got some kind of connection there, and he'll actually talk to her.
Yep. But unbeknownst to any of them there, Rami Malek's character showed up. And we're just going to keep calling him Rami Malek because I don't remember his name. It's like Chiffon or Sheffin or something like that.
I don't care.
But he came in contact with her. He revealed his big plan. And he's like, I have a mission for you. You're the only one who could do it. And he gives her a little bottle of spray that's basically the nanobots to poison Blofeld. Because she's the only one who can get in a room with him.
Yep.
And she chickens out. So
she doesn't want to do it.
She goes in there with James, who she hasn't seen in 5 years.
Yep.
She doesn't want to do it. She's shaking. She backs the fuck out.
And she doesn't want to touch Bond either because Bond might inadvertently do it himself.
Well, and that's the thing. She's not actually doing... Oh, I hadn't thought about that. Yeah, like he puts his hand out to shake her hand and she won't do it.
Yeah.
I hadn't thought about that. I just figure it's registered as cold because she's pissed at him.
But no, he grabs her when she's like chickening out.
Yep, grabs her by the wrist.
And at that point, it's done.
Yes.
He's got it on him.
Yep, so he's got it on him. And the whole sequence, I was like, okay, this is a different take because the first time it was released in the air supply.
Yeah.
But now it's on his skin what's going to happen. Mm-hmm. Of course... Blofeld eggs him on, and he goes to strangle him, and there's nobody else in that room to stop him, so he lets him go, but within seconds he's dead.
Yeah.
So now they know, okay, what the fuck's going on. They examine him, and they say, these are on you forever.
You got him on you.
There's no getting rid of them.
But of course, this was just for Blofeld, so you're fine.
Yeah. Unless you somehow contact somebody else in Blofeld's family, you will never, ever have a problem. You will live your life happily for the rest of time.
Exactly.
So he tracks down his girlfriend, because at this point, she basically runs off. Madeline takes off, and I didn't catch this. She tells him to find her?
No. He asks her as she's leaving, where will you go? Where are you going? She says, I'm going home.
Ah.
Yeah.
So this is the house from the beginning of the movie.
And she told him about where she's from. I guess where she grew up.
Because they had a relationship.
Yeah, of course. So yeah, that's why he knows where to go. And it's why Rami Malek knows where to go. No one else knows where this place is.
No.
No one does.
It's bumblefuck nowhere.
Yeah.
In the woods, in the mountains. Yep. Bumblefuck nowhere.
Which is where a Spectre agent would want to be.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we find out she is there. He finds her. And she has a child.
There's a daughter there.
There's a little girl there. Yeah. And of course she does the thing where...
It's not yours.
Oh, it's not yours. But we can all do math.
Oh, yeah.
We can do math.
That kid's like 4. And it's been 5 years later. I did the math. You got the eyes. God damn it.
Right.
Bond is a daddy.
James Bond has a child. So he'll live on, but not himself. And she does the whole, she's not yours. Mm-hmm. But of course, what she means is, fuck off, you haven't been here. Uh-huh. You get no part of this.
Exactly.
And we're not going to talk about it.
Yep.
And then we get another cool action sequence where they track him down, they're chasing him in the woods, and then they go into a forest full of fog.
Yeah.
That was a cool sequence.
That's pretty good.
I liked that.
Yeah.
So it's disorienting and the sound is traveling in weird ways.
Yeah, I like his setting up the trap with the motorcycle dude.
Yep.
Then Ash shows up and again, all these vehicle stunts.
Yes, Range Rovers and motorcycles galore in this movie.
Yeah. and Nokia cell phones.
Yeah, of course. Because why not?
God.
It's 2021. We need a Nokia cell phone.
Oh, God. It's just disgusting product placement. But
shut up. You love it. But we get a lot of more information that, Rami's family owns this island, and that's where our final sequence is going to be. There's been some suspicious activity.
Yep.
We get to the part we talked about before where everything is poison. Mm-hmm. And yeah, this was the slow part of the movie for me, where we're trying to understand motivations, and Rami's got a hold of the daughter. They separate the mom and the daughter, and he's just sort of holding her hostage.
Yeah. And
James shows up and tries to save her. Mm-hmm. And, they disappear through a trap door. Yeah. But then the final action sequence I actually thought was really effective. they get the two girls, Madeline and her daughter, off of the island with the other 00 agent.
Yep.
They blow up the laboratory. He has to get they reveal it's like a missile silo, a former missile silo from the 50s.
It is protected from attacks from the air.
So they have to blow this whole place because otherwise this Heracles virus is going to get out into the entire world.
Yeah.
But they can't do that if the bomb doors are closed.
Yeah.
So James has to open the doors.
Open the blast doors. Open the blast doors.
Open the blast doors. And
that's our reference, guys.
This was the part I actually really liked. I thought the score got really interesting at this point. Yeah. The music was incredibly effective. They did the thing again where there's explosions and you lose your hearing for a while.
Yep, and the music was kind of going along with the gunfire.
Yep.
He was doing the Mickey Mouse thing. Hans Zimmer.
He's taking everybody out on his way to find the control room. Mm-hmm. The one-eyed dude with a fake eye shows up.
Oh, God.
And of course, Q has given him a watch with an electromagnetic pulse. So what does he do? He
turns it on and he burns out his fucking eye. Oh my God.
And then makes a joke about it.
God. Okay. That stuff. I'm glad that they have brought back some of the cheekiness of the Bond stuff on occasion. On occasion, they'll do it.
He's a horse's ass when it comes to jokes.
Oh yeah, Daniel Craig. His character in these Bond movies is very stoic, very serious for the most part, but then he'll just throw out a line like that sometimes. It's like, all right, you're a Bond movie.
Q, I just showed someone your watch. It blew his mind. We both busted a gut in the theater. I think we were the only two in there who thought that was laugh out loud funny.
Whatever. If I hear something funny in a theater, I'm gonna laugh.
Out loud. Not just a little chuckle to myself. And so he gets in there. Yeah. Q, of course, tells him
it's a very complicated sequence. You have to touch all the buttons in the correct order, and then you have to find a counterweight. And it's like, no, I got it.
He flipped all the switches in no particular order, and he did.
I got it, guys.
Because he also speaks Russian, but he's rusty. But he's like,
rusty.
These buttons and those switches, just flip them all. It's fun.
Right. He found the power switch. He found all the regular switches, and then he found the lever to open everything up. You're done.
Yep. And he's about to get out, but then there's something goes wrong. This was the point I was like, oh shit, they're really going to go here. Yeah. They're going here with this.
It was too clean of a thing.
It was too clean. He wasn't going to get away easy.
And Rami Malek's character just disappears.
Yes,
he fucks off.
We didn't see where he went.
Yeah, he was just off screen for minutes, just gone.
Yes.
And Bond picks up the stuffed animal of the kid, and you think, oh yeah, I'm gonna pick this up and take it back to the kid.
Yes, put the bunny in the basket. Put the bunny back in the box. Con Air fans, thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, and of course that's not the case. He's about to escape. The doors close up again, so the missiles will not be able to penetrate because they've told M, whoever's in the neighborhood, blow it to hell.
Right.
Do it. Now. Don't wait till I'm off the island.
Yeah, and meanwhile, M is saying this is creating a diplomatic situation.
An international situation.
This is the Russians being pissed. This is the Japanese being pissed. The Chinese being pissed.
Why are you
and
in
the
our
Americans
airspace?
For some reason.
Yep.
Because we're the policemen of the world. They're going to be pissed off because you're going to be firing on a disputed island. Mm-hmm. For no apparent reason and no warning to anyone else, and you're not telling anybody what's going on.
Yeah.
And then Bond keeps saying, "Don't say anything.
Yeah,
just don't.
Don't say a word." So he goes, and he's about to escape, but the doors close. He's about to turn around to go get the doors open. Rami Malek shows back up
and shoots him.
Shoots him several times.
Yeah.
And then they have kind of a tussle together, and he gets smashed in the face.
Yeah.
So James gets smashed in the face with the vial we saw before, and this is where it is. He's basically been poisoned. The DNA that was in there was Madeline's, which means it's Madeline's and her daughter's.
And the daughter, yeah.
So James is set up. If he escapes this, he can never touch them again.
Yeah.
He can have no physical contact because it will kill them. Mm-hmm. And he cannot get rid of this. He asks Q repeatedly, what can I do? What can I do? he can't do anything. So he opens up the missile silo again, climbs up to the top.
He has one final call
says his goodbyes.
Yep.
And he's blown to smithereens.
Yep, and they made sure to show it.
He is standing there. Here come the missiles. Here come the bombs approaching him. And they're white light and he's gone.
He gone.
Ballsy.
Yeah.
Ballsy. I would not have guessed that they would have gone there. And again, the fact that this movie's been out about a month now, and I didn't hear an inkling of this, is astonishing to me.
Yep, I didn't know either.
Good on you, internet people.
Yeah.
Because you've managed to keep this spoiler-free for a while.
And not only that, but like this movie's been in the can for over a year now. And, you know, normally when you're going off and doing all the press tours and whatever else, something is going to leak because somebody's going to say the wrong thing or say it to the wrong person. They say it the wrong way. And everybody's just going to make the assumption that, oh, Daniel Craig's character, he's going to die.
Yeah. No, this is the final chapter for Bond. It's just how do we end it?
Yeah.
And up to this point, as I previously said, no Bond has ever died.
Nope.
They might have the illusion that they died, but they didn't actually die. There's always some weird circumstance that allows them to survive. They just don't make any more movies. As far as we're concerned, that Bond lived happily ever after.
Yep.
And we don't really connect one with the other because there's no point. Yes, there are things that carry over, but everybody else carries on with business as usual, so we don't think about it.
Right.
So it begs the question, and now we're at the big question. What does this mean for the future of Bond?
And I think part of that is not only what happens with Bond, as a like who is the next person to take the moniker, but does Ralph Fiennes come back as M?
Yep.
Does Moneypenny come back as the same actress?
Is this franchise going to continue as it is, with a different Bond, or
like,
are we starting again?
Or like pretty soon?
Yeah.
Because every time they change Bond characters, Bond actors, there's a big gap in time. There's a big gap in time.
Typically, yeah. I think Pierce Brosnan's last one was like 2002.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that was really only 4 years.
Still.
But that was still a gap.
Yeah.
And it's been 4 years since the last Daniel Craig movie.
Yep.
So we're looking at least, 23, 24, 25 before we're going to see another Bond anything.
And like when people were asking or talking about the fact that, oh yeah, I want it to be Idris Elba, I want it to be a woman, I want it to be this person. Well, now that they've addressed it the way they have, I think you kind of have to keep these people in their current roles. Maybe swap some people around here and there. The only one that's a little weird is, I think, Moneypenny. Because Moneypenny is a name, it's not a distinction. Like M is a title.
Yeah. Q is
a title. Bond and 007 is a title. Or Bond maybe is a title, maybe not. Who knows?
Right.
But Moneypenny is not.
No. That's her name.
Yeah.
So yeah, it will be an interesting change because it could be that they embrace that philosophy where here's another person who is also James Bond, and you characters all know this isn't the James Bond that you knew.
Right. And so does the audience at this point.
And so does the audience.
Yeah.
But you just move forward. Or...
which is to say, back to work.
Back to work.
Get back to work. Come on.
Or you recast the whole party and you start completely new.
And you just blow everything out and start completely new like they did with Daniel Craig.
Really, the only connection was Judi Dench.
It was, yes.
Judi Dench was the only holdover from Pierce Brosnan to Daniel Craig.
Yes.
So if it was just Ralph Fiennes and we just, carry on with business as usual, if it was just Ralph Fiennes and Q, there's different versions of this where... we just keep moving forward. But because they all exist in this movie where he died, it makes it tricky waters. It makes it interesting.
It does.
And I will be really curious to know what they do. I think, Idris Elba's not going to be James Bond.
No.
They're never going to cast somebody as big as him, because frankly, he's a pretty big star now.
Sure.
If he had been cast around the time that Daniel Craig had been cast, I believe it, because 15 years ago, Idris Elba was not a big deal.
He was a lot more of a nobody.
He was a lot more of a nobody. So I think it's going to be somebody who is a hardworking actor who's probably been around a while. Daniel Craig had been around for a while.
Yeah.
But he wasn't known to American audiences. Mm-hmm. So I think it'll be the same. Is it going to be a woman? I'm skeptical of that. I think if it was the right woman, maybe.
Maybe.
But you'd have to
sell
so
the
hard.
hell out of it.
Yes.
And you're going to have a lot of backlash, whether merited or not. Mm-hmm. I think it is best... Honestly, I think it is best for the filmmakers going forward to keep this cast going. Embrace the theory that we introduced, that Bond and 007 is something that is inherited.
It's one and the same.
It is one and the same. You got all of the previous actors all reprising their roles multiple times. You've got the Q character going forward. You've got M going forward. I think they should just embrace this and recast James Bond, and that's it. That's it.
Yeah.
Have it be some young, up-and-coming actor.
As long as they're actually British. I don't want want no crap American doing a phony British accent.
Yeah.
I don't care how talented you are. Give me a Brit.
Pierce Brosnan wasn't even British. He was...
I think Pierce Brosnan is Irish. And Sean Connery is... Scottish Welsh or something?
Yeah.
Yeah. Roger Moore is Welsh.
Right.
It doesn't matter.
I know.
We're stupid Americans. We don't know the difference.
But...
So yeah, I think that will be the fascinating topic for the coming years. And everybody's going to, get in an uproar, whoever it ends up being. They're going to say, oh, they're too... Nobody liked Daniel Craig when he started.
Yeah.
They were like,
everybody loved Casino Royale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as long as the project itself is the right director, the right star, the right script...
And what I'm worried about here is, this is kind of going a little bit off the rails, but what I'm worried about is that MGM just got sold to Amazon.
And this is the single property that MGM has.
It's the one thing that is actually worth anything.
Yes, MGM basically would be bankrupt 25 years ago if they did not retain the rights to the James Bond franchise.
In
perpetuity. Yeah, it is the only thing of value they own anymore.
Yeah.
And which is fascinating, because if you know the history of MGM, they made fucking Wizard of Oz.
Oh, yeah.
100 years ago, MGM was the studio.
Yeah, it's just one of these studios that has been around forever, and they've just kind of floundered.
Yep.
The only thing that they have going for them of the past 40 years, basically, is James Bond.
Yep. And so now they've been purchased by Amazon.
Yeah.
What's Amazon going to do with it?
Again, Amazon... as whatever their studio, whatever you think of Amazon, they made some good movies.
They have.
100%.
Because I think they've ultimately, just because they own it doesn't mean they control it.
Right.
Because a lot of the times they're still letting people be creative and produce it the way they want.
It's just the funding.
Yes.
It's just the funding that is coming out of Amazon. Mm-hmm. So I worry about that in transition. Of course, the series is in transition, so the rest of it can be in transition as well. That all being said, I think it'll be fine.
Do you think they would ever make a TV show of James Bond?
No.
No? Even now in the hands of Amazon, which has been doing a lot more in the movie and TV world.
I think James Bond is a movie character. That's it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that all being said, Betsy, I mentioned earlier in the episode that I'm going to have a little bit of a rant here.
All right, give me your rant, Trent. What do you want to rant about?
This was the most Metal Gear-ass movie I have ever seen in my entire fucking life.
Metal Gear?
All right, let's get geeky on this, guys. Metal Gear Solid is a video game franchise. I'm just going to go off here. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit if you know what this is about. I'm just going to say it. This movie has so many similarities to the first Metal Gear Solid. It is ridiculous to think that they did not get inspired by that.
Okay. Give me context.
First of all, nanomachines play a huge part in all of Metal Gear.
Okay.
nanotech, nanomachines, whatever you want to call it. Nanobots, I think they say in the movie.
I think so, yeah.
But nanomachines is a huge thing. They influence like how your body performs. It helps regulate your temperature. There's all sorts of different things that nanomachines do in the video game.
Okay.
They go to a remote island where there is some secret doings going on. They infiltrate this island using a submarine. And there is a secret DNA-based weapon that is meant to target certain people. In Metal Gear, it's called Fox Die. I am not joking here. I'm not kidding. That is exactly what it is called in the video game.
And that's the flower, is it not?
No.
I thought in the movie they had some flower called Fox something or other.
I don't know. I didn't get that.
I'll have to go back and look.
Yeah, Fox Die is exactly the same thing. The main character in the game, Snake, gets injected with it at the beginning of the game, and as he encounters people and he gets close to them, it triggers something in that other person to make them have a heart attack and die.
And this is the first Metal Gear
Metal
game.
Gear Solid that came out in, I think, 98.
In 98?
Yeah.
Okay.
Seriously.
Well, to be fair, Skyfall is just Home Alone.
It really, that part of it is, yes. But, good God, I could not stop myself from making those comparisons. It's like, oh my God, this is just fucking Metal Gear.
Well, any of you other folks out there, listeners who have listened or have played Metal Gear Solid or any of the Metal Gear series and have watched this movie.
Did you get that as well?
Did you get that as well?
Because holy shit, guys, that movie is just Metal Gear.
It was bothering you tremendously.
It wasn't bothering me, but it's like that's Metal Gear.
It's the Metal Gear movie we've never received.
Yeah. Maybe finally, Oscar Isaac will come home and give us a good Metal Gear performance. But I don't even want to get into that.
They're working on one, aren't they?
Well, Oscar Isaac has been cast as Snake.
And how do you feel about that, my friend?
I'm okay with that. But you know what? You know why? It's because he's a fan.
Fair enough. He's the right age.
Who's the dude who plays the Witcher Man?
Oh, Henry Cavill.
Henry Cavill loves the Witcher games. That's who you need to cast in this shit.
You need to get the dork who's going to be like, I'm so excited about this son of a bitch.
Totally. You can embody that character if you understand it, if you've played as them.
Yes, fair enough.
All right, end of rant. I had to come out with it. I don't care if you've never heard of this stuff. Just give me my 5 minutes to go on about that. So anyway.
Well, now I'm going to have you show me like some clips because I know you have several like YouTube videos of people playing that game.
Sure.
And you can give me the short version.
Oh, yeah. But like I say, he is injected with the virus or the thing in his body, and it is around. It's not going to affect him. It's not going to kill him, but the thing itself is programmed to kill people with specific DNA sequences as he comes in physical contact with them.
Listen, there's no new ideas anymore. It's all been done.
Oh, no.
Everything is reused.
But it's just the weirdest thing for a James Bond movie to take.
I guess.
Oh, my God.
I suppose so.
All right. Betsy, do you have any more thoughts about No Time to Die? What would you think of the title?
I mean, they keep making references throughout the movie about you've got lots of time, all the time in the world. Yep. And, then he dies. So it's just
also, the other 007 agent asks the Russian scientist, you got the time? Well, no, I don't. It's time to die. Just a cheesy fucking line.
Yeah, it's an okay title. Except for the fact that, they're misleading you. Uh-huh. Because it's absolutely time to die. Uh-huh. It's a cheeky little joke that they've made for the viewer.
Yeah.
Where would you rank this one?
Ooh.
If you were to give the definitive ranking, do you think you'd be in a position to do that today?
I think so.
For Daniel Craig?
What about you?
I would have to go back and rewatch, but based on my remembering it and the feelings I've had about it, I think we would both agree that Quantum is probably near the bottom, if not the bottom.
It is.
Spectre would be above that.
Yep.
then it's kind of debatable because it just depends how you feel about it. I really like Skyfall. I think it's the most coherent one of the whole series. Mm-hmm. But a lot of people don't like Skyfall, so it's very objective.
This is what you think.
So I would say Skyfall is the top.
Yep.
And then I'm debating if I would put this one or Casino Royale higher, because I think Casino Royale started with such a bang, and it's really pretty solid beginning to end. But this one had some really strong moments, and the fact that they just go for it and they're like, fuck it, he dead. I'm really tight between 2 and 3 for those two.
I'm not even going to hesitate here. This is my number 2.
Okay.
Skyfall number 1, No Time to Die number 2, Casino 3, Spectre 4, and Quantum 5.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And we'll see. Time may tell. We might be able to come to appreciate the quantums
I want to go and see Quantum and
absolutely
Casino Royale again. I think I've only seen Casino Royale like maybe 2, maybe 3 times at most.
And I've only seen Quantum once.
Me too. Yeah.
Yeah. I just remember it not being memorable.
Yeah. It's just
I remember the opening sequence.
Yeah, it's just another Bond movie.
Yeah.
With Daniel Craig.
There's a lot of shit in the desert, question mark?
I don't even remember. I remember nothing about that movie.
But a solid series overall. I think it's always going to ebb and flow. Because even with Pierce Brosnan, like GoldenEye, fucking awesome movie.
Yeah. Holds up.
I think one day we're going to have you watch the rest of these. Because to me, Tomorrow Never Dies has a reputation of being a really good movie. I didn't like it when I was a kid, but I think it's just because I didn't get it. Okay. So I would be curious to watch it now to see how I feel about it.
Sure.
And then I fully know The World Is Not Enough is trash, but it's my favorite kind of trash. It's Denise Richards, and she is a doctor named Christmas Jones. It's trash.
Denise Richards making a lot of trash in the 90s.
And she's dressed like Lara Croft for some inexplicable reason, like little booty shorts and a tank top crop.
It was the 90s.
So yeah, it's just like, it starts to go off the rails and it needed to be rebooted. But you know, even like Sean Connery, there's good ones and there's bad ones. There's
sure.
Roger Moore, there's cheesy ones and there's great ones. Some of the theme songs are amazing. Some of the theme songs are meh. Some of the villains are terrifying. Some of them are goofy trash. This is a series full of problems. Yeah. And we'll get a new James Bond, and he will have problems, or she will have problems as well.
Yep.
There will be good ones and there will be bad ones. It is a franchise I enjoy. This is something I grew up watching. My dad has been a lifelong James Bond fan. I don't think I'm going to give up on this series anytime soon. I think it's always something that I'm going to revisit.
And I think the Daniel Craig series of movies were very successful.
They were.
Very successful.
At a time where Bond was really waning, and as you pointed out, they're being very self-deferential. Like, do we even need this anymore? Mm-hmm. The movies themselves are calling themselves out.
Yeah.
Do we need to be here? Do we need this? Do we need to exist? If you can make it relevant for the time.
And Daniel Craig as an actor was already kind of old.
Yeah.
When you compare,
he was pushing 40, I think.
When you compare the age of the other Bonds as they started, he was already old. So I think the themes that they were pushing throughout this entire series were very apt. Mm-hmm. That he's lost a step. He's not the same as what he was, but he still got the job done.
Mm-hmm.
So. Betsy, I think that's where we're going to leave this one.
Yes.
No Time to Die. Damn good.
I liked it.
Damn good. Yeah. Let's end this shindig with an email. This email is in from superfan Stephanie about Midsommar, back in our October series of movies.
Yeah.
With the subject line, I like this. Midsommar, hot bear summer. That's pretty good. So she goes on. So I love this one. I feel like if Danny had a good support system of friends, none of this would have happened. Agreed.
Fact.
That friend at the beginning that she talks to on the phone should have said, "Let's go check on your family. Also dump your douche boyfriend."
Also fact.
Yeah. As much as I hate Christian, and he is obviously a bad boyfriend, I have also been the person that drags a relationship because I felt bad or guilty for wanting to break up.
Don't feel bad about breaking up. Just do it. It hurts. It sucks. But just do it.
Yep. Just peel off that Band-Aid. If you know it's not working, just don't waste your time.
Yep.
Don't waste
their time.
Yep. She goes on, the movie is so well crafted and overall disorienting. The fact that it only gets dark for a few hours at night makes it so hard to know where you are and when, which is wonderful. There is so much in the background.
Absolutely.
I think a lot of the reflections and hallucinations are her sister. Not 100%, but that's my theory. I thought the missing book, which is the holy book that went missing, I think the missing book was to account for why their friends left. I don't think that it's actually missing. Also assumed that the 2 heads that are sacrificed at the end are the 2 older people that jumped off the cliff at the beginning, which that's what I thought.
I gotta watch that one again, because I think there's so many layers it's easy to miss things.
Sure. Also, the communal screaming and the community members touching and including Danny a lot, which is referred to as love bombing, which is to say, oh, yeah, you want to do this? Okay, we're going to hang out with you.
We'll do it together.
Your ideas are really great. We're going to do what you want to do. Yeah? Mm-hmm. Yeah. That kind of shit.
Yep.
Love bombing are very real strategies that cults use to acquire members. So, Stephanie, you got some experience with this or something?
Well, it's pretty common. Like, people who end up in cults tend to have a troubled background for one reason or another, whether they're alone or they have a history with drug or alcohol abuse. Or
Scientology. Okay.
They usually have some problem that has put them in a place to be susceptible to that kind of influence.
Yeah, totally. She finishes up here by saying, Ari Aster is very talented, as is Florence Pugh. Also, Josh is Chidi from The Good Place.
Yep.
I did recognize him. I think we've seen like 1, maybe 2 episodes.
I think we watched the premiere episode, and that was as far as we got.
Yeah, I think we maybe only watched 1 episode of The Good Place.
We'll get to it.
I know it's supposed to be the best thing in the world. I don't care. We don't watch TV.
Not enough, anyway.
No. Definitely watch Hereditary. It is great. Hereditary is absolutely on the list. I don't know if we're going to wait until next year to do it for the next October series of movies, or if we'll just throw it in somewhere.
Right.
But yes, love superfan Stephanie.
Thank you, Stephanie.
Thank you, Stephanie. Always great to hear from our superfans and other people as well who will not call themselves superfans.
Distinguished contributors and other lurkers and listeners.
At all.
Lurkers and listeners.
Yes. You're all welcome here. Please send us emails. I don't care what they're about. They could be about episode 5 or 2 or 25 or 69.
Or this one.
Yep.
We want to hear from you.
Yep. So now that Daniel Craig is done with the Bond movies, I think his next thing is the sequel to Knives Out.
True.
Yeah, where he's playing his very eccentric Southern detective man, which I thought he was so damn good in that movie.
It's grown on me as far as his accent.
Yes.
It's a little off-putting at the beginning, but once you kind of let yourself get into it,
he just went with it, man. He
really goes for it, yeah. He's going to have a huge future. He does not need James Bond anymore.
No. And actors that are about his age tend to get more work, not less.
Correct.
Yeah. Just look at George Clooney.
Right.
For God's sake. All right. If you want to email us, the email address is neverseenitpod@gmail.com. Follow us on Twitter. It is neverseenit_pod. That's the little line at the bottom. And if you want to support us financially, you can send us $1 a month, $5 a month, or even $10 a month if you're just rolling in the cash. We are not. But yes, click on the link in the podcast description. It'll take you to a page on Anchor. You can sign up there. It's super easy. I've done it before. But yes, Betsy, that's the end of the show.
We did it.
No more Bond movies for a while.
Unless we go back and watch some old ones.
Yeah.
But I think we'll take a little break for a while.
Yeah, I think we're going to start up something very, very new very, very soon. But we'll leave that for the next time. But Betsy, that's the end. I'm Trent.
I'm Betsy.
This has been Never Seen It. We'll catch you next time.
See you guys.